This is Brian. Welcome everyone to this commentary playthrough of Final Fantasy I for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And we start off with the title screen here, which says, "The world is veiled in darkness. The wind stops, the sea is wild, and the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors arrive, each holding an orb." Alright. We press left or right, we'll change the respond rate, which just affects how fast the gameplay speed moves in battle. I'll set it to 6. The highest is 8. Lowest is 1, obviously. Now, new game. We get to pick between 6 different classes for a party of 4. I'll leave the first one as a fighter. He's going to have your best attack and strength, and he'll be able to equip the best weapons and armor. Now we're just going to go with some generic names. This guy is going to be Mel. Now the next one we're going to leave as a thief. Now, later Final Fantasy games than most different RPGs actually allow a thief to steal in battle. This game did not have that mechanic. So a thief can't steal, but they can equip quite a few weapons and armor, and they allow your party to flee from battle more successfully. So that's mostly why I'm keeping the thief there. A black belt is a great fighter, kind of like a monk class in later games. He has very good attack with bare hand toward the end of the game, but he can't equip much as far as armor, so he needs to be healed quite a bit, but he will provide a pretty good offensive attack if you want to use one of them. Red Mage will use white and black magic, but they can't use the highest level spells of either one of those. And they can equip some decent weapons and armor also. I'm going to go with a white mage for my third character. They use your healing and buffing spells. They can't equip much as far as weapons or armor, so they're not going to be much of an offensive. Not going to help you much offensively in that regard. But for the heals, they're very useful. This guy we're going to call Tom. And then for the last one, I'm going to go with the Black Mage, our 6th character class. The Black Mage can't equip much for weapons or armor either, but they do have your offensive spells, which allow you to attack the enemies, and they can also use a few buffing spells, like Haste. In this game is actually a black magic spell instead of a white magic spell. I'm just going to name this guy Ben. And if we hit the button again, we'll start out on the world map here. Now we can see we're right by a town and a castle. The town is separate from the castle. When you enter, there are 2 separate things. Now there are 6 different little houses here. You can enter any of them and it's the same town. We're going to go ahead and go in there. This is Corneria, the Dream City. I am Arilon, the dancer. You can move around and talk to all the people. You can interact with a few objects. Like the well here. It says, "See your face upon the clean water. How dirty. Come wash your face." Warriors, revive the power of the orbs. Please save the princess. Lucan left this town to join his colleagues at Crescent Lake. NPCs sometimes get in the way when you're trying to move. This is a well. You might think that there is something to it, but in fact it is just an ordinary well. I'll just go around and talk to everybody so you can see all the dialogue. The king is sure that someday the Light Warriors will come to save the princess, just as in Lucan's prophecy. Please, save the princess. My home is Pravoka, a beautiful port city far east of here. So, that's everybody in town here. You can see there's not a lot of dialogue, not a lot of people. We're still pretty early on in the stages of RPG gameplay in this one. Now, the building here with a heart on it is the clinic where you need to go if you ever lose a character in battle. And notice the guy here says, "You do not need my help now." So, you can leave there. The item shop is the one with the little pot above the door there. We can buy heals, cures, tents. You can see on the bottom there it says I have 400 gold, and it shows you what these cost here, 60, 75, and 75. Right now I'm going to hold off on buying any of them, and I'm going to buy my magic and weapons and armor first that are available here. The weapon shop has the sword above the door. And you can see there are a few different weapons available. We have the wooden staff, the small knife, wooden nunchucks, a rapier, and an iron hammer. Now, different classes can't equip all of the weapons, so you need to be careful with that when you're buying the equipment. Either you need to just know what they can use some trial and error, or find a guide that can tell you what they can use. The rapier I find to be the best weapon early on here. My fighter can use that. And my thief can use that. Now the iron hammer costs just as much, but its attack I don't believe is quite as high. But its accuracy might be a little better. Now my white mage can use that. My black mage can't use any of those, so we go with a small knife for him. If we hit the menu button here, we can show we have an item menu. I don't have anything yet. Our magic, which I mean, there's nothing for the first two guys there. But my white and black mage, you can tell they have a magic menu on the bottom there. It says 2 and then 0000000. That means we can have 2 casts of level 1 spells, but I don't have any spells yet. And the right number shows how many possible casts we have, and the left number shows how many we have left. Now weapons, which we bought, we need to equip. And it shows the little E next to it there. You can see we only have room for 4 weapons per character. And if we want to trade between characters, we can, because like when you pick stuff up in chests and dungeons, it's just going to go to your top character that has available space. So, and you can drop weapons if you need the space, but it's a lot better if you can find a shop and get to a town to sell them, because that way you can save money on them. Armor is the little shield above the door here. Now I know chain, wooden, and cloth armor are available here. The fighter can use the chain armor. The thief can use the wooden armor. And all the mages can use is the cloth armor for now. Doesn't provide much defense for them, but it's better than nothing. Let's go ahead and get that equipped under the armor here. We also have a status menu under the menu here. It'll show you how many experience points we have, how many you need to level up. So you can see we need 40 points to get to the next level. And it shows you your base stats for each character. I have 20 strength, 5 agility, 1 intelligence, 10 vitality, and 5 luck. And it shows then on the right side how much damage you deal on your hit percentage, your evade percentage, and your absorb, which is your defense. And you can look at each character if you want to see what their stats are. Now, white magic and black magic, you can see the black above the door there and the bluish white here. Now, for my white mage Tom, I'm going to go ahead and get Cure, which heals damage. We also have Harm, which damages undead, so you can kind of use your white mage as an offensive caster in that case. Fog and Ruse, which I don't really ever use. You can see I only have 100 left, so I'm going to go buy 1 black magic spell for my black mage then. We have Fire, Slep, or Sleep, Lock, and Lit. Lock is like a paralysis, I believe. I'm going to want to get Fire and Lightning first, so I'll get Fire for now, and that's all we can afford. So you can see we do have magic now. The only other thing I could do in town is we could go to the inn, but I haven't taken any damage in battle or done anything yet as far as that, so we're going to hold off on that. Plus, I don't think I have enough money for it now that I bought all that equipment. So let's go to the castle and see what's going on there. The king is looking for the Lightwars. You do not happen to be them, do you? You'll notice that a lot of the NPCs, especially some of the soldiers in different castles and towns, will have the same dialogue. Oh, my sister. Apparently she is worried about her sister. Not going to read that again. It's the same dialogue. In sadness, the queen locked herself inside. Well, it didn't seem like it was locked. We went right through the door. I am Jane, Queen of Corneria. Please save my daughter, Princess Sarah. Please save the princess. Garland used to be a good knight until... until what, huh? And who's Garland? Up the stairs here. Is there anybody down this way? Well, there's nobody over there. One guard over here. Reports say that Garland holds the princess in a temple to the northwest. Okay. Garland kidnapped the princess, apparently, and he has her in a temple to the northwest. Same dialogue. Here's the king. Light warriors, just as in Lucan's prophecy. Garland has kidnapped the princess. Please help her. Alright. We know what we gotta do. We have to go to the northwest to save the princess. Is there anything else in the castle here? Path around this way. Nothing there. An old sage-looking type of guy. 400 years ago, the treasury was locked by the mystic key. Our ancestors gave the key to the Prince of Elfland for safekeeping. Alright. So this door is locked by the mystic key. Well, that's going to be something we're going to have to get then. This guy says the same thing. And it's also locked by the Mystic Key. This will just take us out of the castle as well. Alright, we're ready to go and get into our first fight. I'm not going to try to spend too much time leveling up in the game here. I'm going to try and keep it going. But I do want to at least get to level 2 before we go to the dungeon here. You can see I got into an ambush here, so they got to attack first. Now you can fight, use magic, drink, which just lets you use a potion, I believe. Or go into items, which... Under the item menu, you can also use your weapons and armor. There are some weapons and armor that have magical effects, so you can use them in battle to use the spell that's associated with them. It's a pretty cool feature. And run, of course, if you want to try and get away. You can have each character try to run, but only one of them has to succeed for your whole party to get away. Now, in this version, and there's a quality of life issue that they changed in different version updates, but in this one, you have to select which enemy you actually want to attack. Because if I just target the same enemy with each character, after he's killed, then each character would keep trying to hit that same enemy, and they would just miss, and they would call it an ineffective attack. There we go. We got 3 out of 4, not too bad. So see now, since I only have 2 enemies to hit and 4 people, I need to kind of split my attacks to try to make sure that we get both of them. See, he only hit for 7 damage there, and that wasn't enough. But the 2 from Ben will finish it off. You can see we get 7 experience points and 30 gold for the battle. And we saw we needed 40 experience points to get to the next level, so I'm just gonna wander around in the forest here until we get enough fights in to get that level raised up there. The Black Mage isn't usually strong enough to kill one on his own, so... See, that's what I meant there. My fighter Mel missed because he was trying to attack the same area. There we go. And since there are only 4 imps in that battle, you can see we only got 6 experience points and 24 gold. Yeah. There's not much to see as far as graphics in the game, but this was pretty early on in gaming. It was for the original NES. It came out before 1990, I believe. 87 or 88. If I remember right. Characters do their little victory dance after each battle we win. Another thing to note is if you press select, we have a different menu here where you can change the order of your characters. Generally, you're going to want to keep the tougher ones to the top because the enemies are more likely to attack that position. And you'll also notice that, for now, the only thing we're running into is imps. If I went to the north of the castle, I believe in that area there's a small chance you can run into some different enemies, but I'm trying to get a little stronger here, so I don't really want to face anything else for now. haven't really been keeping track. Let's see how many experience points we need yet. 14 more. If I get lucky, that might be only 2 more battles. Probably gonna be 3, though. So far, so good. This should give me 7. There we go. Also have 153 gold now, which means I should be able to buy another spell or a few potions before I head to the dungeon. Another 5 imp battle, so that should give me enough to level up here. Between the 4 of us, we should be able to take that guy out. And there we go, level up, level 2. Now it'll tell you what your max HP is after the level up. And then you can see strength goes up, agility up, intelligence up, vitality up, luck up. That was a pretty good level up for him. Thief gets strength, agility, luck. White Mage, strength, agility, intelligence, and luck. Black Mage gets agility, intelligence. That's it. And you can see for the mages then they're both going to get the same as far as rate of increase, but now they can use 3 level 1 spells and 1 level 2 spell. I don't have access to level 2 spells yet, so we won't be using that. Actually, I'm going to hold off on buying that black magic spell, and I'm going to get some items instead. I'm going to get a heal and a tent. Inn. And staying at an inn also, besides refilling your magic and HP, it saves your game. The only other way to save your game is if you use a tent or a cottage. As you can see, I do have these 2 items now. Another feature that quality of life improvement they made in the later versions is that you could buy more items at a time. Because you can only buy 1 item at a time in this, so if you're trying to buy like 50 heals, which you're going to want to do later on, yeah, it takes a while to sit there and buy them all. Now these are different. I think it's a Great Imp? Either that or Gray Imp, I'm not sure, but either way, they're an improved version of the Imp. They're a little stronger, have a few more HP, but they also give you more experience and gold when you defeat them. You can see for just 2 of them, I got 9 experience and 36 gold. Now this bluish area here is marshland, which sometimes has different enemies, more difficult sometimes. Three more of these guys. Now, do I want to use my tent here or not before I go into the temple? I think I'll hold off. There are a couple treasures you can get in here. This isn't a very long... This isn't much of a dungeon. It's just a beginner kind of place to show you what's going on. You head to the left here. There's a treasure in this room. Now, there are some enemies in here that can be pretty tough early on. So... random number generator for luck might let us through without much trouble. Now, this is a creep. They can hit pretty hard. We'll see if I can take him out before he does much damage. I believe they have about 50 HP. Yeah, he missed. Good. Good. There we go. 15 experience, 15 gold. You don't get much gold for it, but you get quite a bit of experience. There's another room up here with a treasure. I'm gonna try and fight this one without using my fire for my black mage, because I do only have 4 spells to use. Yeah, so he did 10 damage to my fighter. Quite a bit. If he would have hit one of the other guys, it probably would have been 20 or so. A heal. And a cabin. Now, tents and cabins can be used on the world map, and it's like staying at an inn, except a cabin will heal you more than the tent will. I don't think the tent will give back magic points either, and the cabin will. Now, there are 2 more rooms off to the right, but without going over there, I can tell you that those 2 are locked with the Mystic Key, so there's no point in trying them at this time. Here we have a couple of bones, well, which is skeletons that most of us are familiar with. They hit pretty hard too, but you can see they're not terribly difficult to defeat. We'll use a couple of casts of Cure here to top those guys off, because we're going to have a boss fight. No one touches my princess. Light Warriors? You impertinent fools. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Not the most creative dialogue, but... here we go. Here's our first somewhat boss fight against Garland. I don't think we should have too much trouble with him here. Ooh, critical hit from Mel. Hopefully we'll get him this round with that big crit to begin there. Here we go. 250 gold and 32 experience. Not bad. We got 4 bats here that just say key, key. So you are the light wires. Thank you. And when you talk to the princess, it'll automatically warp you back to the castle. Thank you for saving the princess. To aid your quest, I ordered a bridge built to the continent. Go now, and make the orbs shine again. So, they didn't have a bridge, but they could have built one anytime, but they waited for me to save the princess? Don't really get that, but oh well. This lute has been passed down from queen to princess for 2,000 years. Garland stole it when he kidnapped me. Please accept it as my gift. It just might come in handy. The princess always worries about you. Now, get ready for your trip, and make the orbs shine again. Yeah, I think the princess wants at least one of our guys here. Thank you for rescuing the princess. Thank you for rescuing the princess. Right. Yeah, there isn't going to be too much dialogue change now. But we're not going to talk to everybody again. I will talk to the queen and the other princess just to see what they say. Thank you for saving Princess Sarah. Right. My sister is back safe. Thank you. See if anybody has anything new to say here. Well, there's a port city far east of here. Matoya has poor eyesight. She needs the crystal to see. Who's Matoya? And what is a crystal? I guess we'll see. Let's get another spell here. We can get lit, which is lightning. Wanted to go back and get a white magic spell. I was gonna wait, but I changed my mind. Let's get harm. I'm gonna hold off. We can get 3 spells for each level. Now you can see there are 4 spells available, which means you can get all of them for each character. Go ahead and save. Head out, and that's where we're going to call it for the first episode here. So, if you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.